the liberty of declaring today Vaughan Brothers Day in the city of Dallas. So this is officially Vaughan Brothers Day.
Oh yeah.
So knock yourselves out. Have a good time. It's your day. I brought my own copy of Tough Stuff.
How's everybody doing today?
Yeah.
What an honor, what a great thing. I'm overwhelmed, and today, October the 3rd, is Stevie Ray's birthday. In 1954, he was born today, and he would be 67 today. And so I think it would be a great thing if we sang Happy Birthday to Stevie Ray. How about that? So look here, we don't care about singing and anything, we're just going to do it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stevie. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Stevie Ray. Wow. So I guess it's been 32 years since Stevie died, and I got everything written down that I was going to say right in front of me. So, hello everybody.
We love you.
And it's hard to express what this means to me and to my mother and my father, and who are not here with us anymore. I think there was Stevie Ray maybe somewhere, and so maybe they're watching. And I feel like Stevie's here and they're here too. And so what I wanted to tell you, I wrote down a few things that I wanted to say. On this very spot, right here, I don't know how the people that put this artwork here knew this, but when my mother and father were dating, he pulled his brand new car, it was a couple of years old, 47 Ford Coupe. He pulled it right here, and I got a picture of my dad standing on the front bumper like this. Check out my new car. And my mother took the picture, and it was right here. So hopefully I can show you the picture. I was going to bring the picture, but I forgot. It was a pretty exciting day. And so I have a lot of relatives on both sides of the family that are from and around Oak Cliff, Cockle Hill, Oak Cliff, parts around here. And so, my grandmother lived down the street on Illinois in Cockle Hill, and that was where all my mother's brothers and sisters lived when I was a little kid. And so after the day after the 4th of July in the 40s sometime, my two big uncles, Uncle Gerald and Uncle Joe, used to come here on the 4th of July, and they would shoot fireworks off. This is back when they first built the park. I don't know when they built the first park. Somebody would know. But it's always been popular. And they would come here the day after and gather up all the unpopped firecrackers. And they would put them in a great big thing and blow it up. You know, that was 4th of July, right? So they did that one year in the 40s, and they gathered all the stuff up, and it blew up, and it almost killed my Uncle Gerald, his whole face. And it burned him real bad. He was scarred for the rest of his life. So that happened here. So no, I got to tell you about some of the stuff that's happened in this park. We just lived down the street on Glenfield, and across the street was the Hampton Road Drive-In. And on my street, my dad bought the place in 1958, I believe it was. And I thought it was amazing because he bought it on time, of course, for $8,000, the whole house, you know, not the porch, but the whole house. You know what I mean? Things have changed. So, and across the street was the Hampton Road Drive-In. So we would go over there and play. There was a couple of guys that had treehouse up there with the speaker, you know, and we'd go up there and watch the show and do all those kind of things out in the field. And but it was a good place to grow up, and we went to school right over there at Stockard. We went to school at L.K. Hall and the one that was in Cockrell Hill. A couple of them. We went to a lot of schools. Dad was an asbestos worker, so he would follow the jobs. We'd go to Shreveport. We'd go to Jackson, Mississippi, and all these different places where they were building a power plant or something. And you know, we would be there for 2 or 3 months while he was doing the job. And then we'd go on to somewhere else. So we were really taught how to be on the road at an early age. Don't let your roots grow on you, son. Get on out there. And so I think it all helped later on when we got to be on the road, you know. So let me see here. So anyway, I told you about the house they bought. I want you to know that my mother paid it off sometime in the 90s. So it's amazing to me. But are we out of time yet? Yes. So I told you about my dad and my uncles. We grew up around here at the park. My daughter Tina used to come here and play soccer. She went to Kimball. My mother and all her brothers and everything, they went to Sunset and Adamson. And you know, we're all Oak Cliff right here. So I don't know. We didn't know about all that when we were kids, but we sure had a good time. And we used to go to the Heights Theater up here in at Cockrell Hill at the Heights Shopping Center and hold a show. And they would be, on Saturday nights, they would have a band. And after the movie, you know, the band would play, and that's where I first heard rock and roll. All my uncles played guitar on both sides of the family. Sammy back here, raise your hand, Sammy. He was one of those uncles that played drums, and so people wonder, well, how did you two brothers start playing guitar and blah blah blah? Well, it was our uncles. They were in bands, both sides of the family. And when they would play 42 or dominoes on the weekends, there would be various musicians that would come sit up in the living room and play, you know, while they were playing dominoes. And that's how I got to go to the show, because they were trying to get rid of me. And so, but we had a great time, and we used to come to this park all the time. Austin's barbecue up here, we used to hang out up there, and all over the place, all over Copper Hill and Oak Cliff.
I didn't tell you to go there.
So,
We're at the front of the park.
let me see here.
We're at the front of the park.
So anyway, I was in about 7th grade at Stockard, and
Look at your car.
this friend of mine said, "Look, if you want to have a girlfriend, you're going to have to play football." I said, "Oh no." And so I didn't really care about football. We would play down the street, but everybody else was better than me, and in the neighborhood. So I said, "Okay, I want a girlfriend." So I went out for football. On the practice first day, they tackled me. I mysteriously caught the football. He said, "Let me see what you can do, coach." And I caught the ball, and then they all piled on me, and I broke my collarbone. So they sent me home, and I had one of those weenie things. And my dad had to come home from work, and he was a little upset. He said, "Son, I don't know what we're going to do with you." And he said, "Well, I got to go back to work," but he said, "Play this damn guitar and keep out of trouble." He didn't know what to do. So I was at home for 3 months, and I've been playing guitar ever since. So I don't know what happened, but I guess it was the trauma of the break and me not wanting to go to school and all that stuff, you know. And it all worked out perfect. Dreams come true. Let me tell you, if you don't believe dreams come true, look at these two guys right here. So I got, my dad went and took me down, and he bought an electric guitar from somebody, I don't know who it was, one of the family had a guitar for sale. Anyway, he bought me a $50 Gibson with one pickup and no cutaways, because it was a 3/4. And it was like giving me a rocket ship. You know, I don't know what to do, but so then my dad went and he got us a gig at the Hobnob Lounge on Ross Avenue down here in the summer. 6 nights a week, 9 to 12, and on Saturday night, 9 to 1. And they had a go-go dancer. We were 13, and she wasn't 13, let me tell you. She was like 20, and she was fine. She was about 6 feet tall, and she would dance right next to me. Here's a trio. There's 3 little guys playing up here. And then there she was. She had on the white boots with the white bikini with the fringe, you know what I mean? And she was fantastic. And we were scared to talk to her. We didn't know what to say anyway, you know. But my dad and the other 2 dads would sit in the back and drink beer, and they had a good time. So that was our first gig. And so, what? Oh, I think we made, the whole band was $150 a week. So we got $50 each. And we thought that was pretty good number. I mean, that was pretty good. And then I remember sometimes my dad would come up and he'd go, "Son, I'm kind of low, lend me $50. I'm sure, Dad. What are you going to tell him? So anyway, my dad was really great, and and my mother too. My mother let us play, and my dad would load us in the pickup and take us to a club every night, and that's how we got started playing. And we played here in the park. I played here in the park for some private party or some junior high party or something like that. But we used to come here all the time, and so it's amazing to think about all this, and that y'all are all here, and thank you. Stevie's here too, and he will be so proud. And my mother and father and all my uncles and everybody from Oak Cliff. And you know, I was going to say, my cousin, okay? My cousin is Corbin Van Arsdale. He lived around the corner from us on Bloomfield, right over here. And he is now the mayor of Round Rock. So if you think we're a bunch of crazy musicians, we got a mayor in the group. So, well, anyway, I don't know what else to say except thank you so much. I love you, and this is really a great honor. Beyond what I can tell you.
All right, we got a couple more speakers I'd like to next introduce. We'll hear from more from Jimmie in just a second.